The following Jackass Nation production is powered by Cinelinx. Cinelinx.com, your one stop for your news, reviews, editorials, and more. Keep it on Cinelinx.
Man, this beat is tough. Coming to you from the Kayfabe studio in Highland Park, Texas. He was born in Seaside Heights, New Jersey. Raised by Wilson Fisk on the streets of Hell's Kitchen, New York, and did his studies in FABOLOUS Sin City, Las Vegas. He's straight out of Compton and brought to you in part by the Offshoots Network. He's pro wrestler, four-time MPX Tag Team Champion, writer, podcaster, bringing you his opinions on film, TV, professional wrestling, sports, and everyday life. He is the Jersey Jackass, B to the C. And you're listening to It Is What It Is with the Jackass. On tonight's show, BC's top 10 television shows of all time. And now, your host, the Jackass. Yo, 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 yo. It is what it is. And what it is it is what it is with the Jackass. This is your boy, the one, the only, the Jersey Jackass. B to the C. Hit me up on social media, including Stardust, Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, and Facebook at Real Jackass BC. That's RealJackassBC. As well as use the hashtag IiWiIJA to join the conversation right here on It Is What It Is. Welcome, guys, to another show. It is episode 110, I think. I am pretty sure this is episode 110. And so, also, please excuse me, I have a little bit of a head cold, so I might sound a little nasally or whatnot, and it might sound like there's a couple breaks and things, you know. It's just, head is killing me, my nose is all clogged up, and yeah, it's not good, guys. It's not good. Not feeling fantastic as I should be. But we are going to power through. We're going to do what we can, and we're going to give you guys another great episode. Like I said up top, we are going to be talking my top 10 favorite television shows of all time. This is something I probably should have held off and did next week. Because, well, basically, I don't know when or what I'm going to record for next week because I'm not here at all week. I leave pretty early in the week, and Tuesday we're going to have to record Gifted Talkers, and so I don't know what I'm going to record, because I'm going to be in Los Angeles for LA Comic Con, so I have no idea how I'm going to survive this upcoming week and get y'all content or something. I'm going to try to do my best. I'm going to figure something out. Next week may not be one of my best shows, but it is going to be something. There's always going to be something for you guys, because that's what the Jackass does. Sorry, I had to take a sip of water there. He gives you something, some kind of content. May not be good content, but it is content. So that will be there, guys. I don't know if y'all saw SCNS this week, but my lord, did I have the best... what is it called? The best segue ever into the Loot Crate plug. I might just retire on Loot Crate segues after that one, because, man, that one was effing good. But if you haven't watched it, go back and watch this past week's SCNS Live. It's incredible. It is absolutely incredible. But anyway, guys, you hear the stories, the whispers of creatures and beings beyond imagination. Peer into the shadows and explore the legends in October's truly mythical collection. As October's Loot Crate theme is, in fact, mythical. Loot Crate is a monthly subscription box service that provides boxes of geek and gaming related merchandise and always includes a monthly t-shirt and pin. Right now you get a discount on your Loot Crate by going to lootcrate.com/SCNSlive or putting in the promo code SCNSlive or just clicking the link in the description of this podcast below. Want to see some of the cool stuff you're missing out on? Go to lootcrate.com/SCNSlive and check out our unboxing videos where we show you all the really cool things that come out of Loot Crate. Order by October 19th, which is today. You got to order today if you want to receive the mystical Loot Crate theme. Go ahead, order now at lootcrate.com/SCNSlive. A lot of wrestling going down this weekend in Texas. MPX prevents. They're not preventing their own show. They are presenting their own show, Primeval. It's going to be a good show. If you guys saw last week's MPX show, Frankie has gone off the deep end, and he has apparently taken Livy with him. It was a coffin match between Frankie and Stephen Kirby, and Livy interfered. Kirby's about to win. Livy gets in there to stop Kirby. Ends up shooting a fireball into his face. So we are wishing Kirby the best of our best. Our wishes are out there for you, buddy. Hope you get better. Hope you're feeling all right. I know that's really difficult. It's frightening, but hopefully things will be better. Especially this weekend. I just hit my speaking of wrestling and MPX, I just hit my 7-year anniversary in the ring this past week, and I couldn't have done it without MPX. And oddly enough, I couldn't have done it without Frankie Fisher. So to see everything going down with Frankie at MPX right now is just it's a situation, man. If I was a gorilla, I would call it bananas, but it's crazy, and hopefully things end up working out, and hopefully we end up moving forward with this. But the show must still go on, guys, and we have a hell of a show at MPX Primeval this weekend. Jason Silver survived 2 Slayers, but on October 21st, this Saturday, he faces Supertex. The MPX Championship is on the line when Brent McKenzie goes one-on-one with Jason Silver. DTF member Jigsaw returns this Saturday night and takes on Terrell Tempo. Can Tempo halt Jigsaw's rampage through the MPX Addicts' favorite wrestlers? Do not miss out this Saturday night. We also have a rematch 2 weeks ago. Joey Garcia, my boy, my homie, my partner, my pal, the highlight of the night. Joey Garcia and Tony Strong beat the hell out of each other and had a very controversial ending that saw Joey win the pinfall as he was locked in Tony's submission hold. Some say Joey might have tapped out, but the referee ruled a 3 count happened first. Strong demanded a rematch, and Joey was quick to sign on the line, so we will be getting that rematch this weekend. Friend of the show, the Kingsman Michael Schaefer with Eamon Patone takes on the debuting cool kid Cameron Cole this Saturday night. Cam is a big part of Booker T's Reality of Wrestling, and the Santa Monica, California native is looking to make a huge impact in MPX going forward. But Schaefer is a veteran of MPX, a former prospect champion that failed to cash in and win, and he is hungry to get back into the title picture. Tommy Becker and Ryan Remington are back and ready to show why they are the best up-and-coming stars in MPX. But this week they face off with the debuting House of Wolves. Matt Riot and Eric Shadows come with an epic resume and are looking to cement themselves in MPX and challenge for the Tag Team Championship. My Tag Team Championships. 2 new teams. One takes a big step forward this Saturday night. Baby D will be defending the MPX Prospect title in a triple threat match against DTF probationary member Marcus Rose and DTF member Machiko. The odds will be stacked against the champ on Saturday night. Also, for one time only, Masada will be making an appearance at MPX this Saturday night. Come meet the CZW legend in person this Saturday night. And then something I will contend to be one of the main events of the show. Well, we know the title is the main event, the main match of the night, but MPX is asking, what's next for the leader of Team Fisher? After defeating Stephen Kirby in the coffin match, Frankie Fisher will meet The Outlaw in the ring 1-on-1. It's Frankie Fisher versus Randy Wayne at MPX. The last time these two met in the ring, it was a brutal war. Is Frankie up for the test after that coffin match? With so much to prove and gain on both sides, these two warriors might be unleashing their inner beast at Primeval this Saturday night. That is going to be the match to watch. It's one that I would like to be there to see. And who knows, perhaps I will be. Also going down, not this weekend, but very, very soon, October 28th, ETCW will present Fight or Fright. Now, unfortunately, I am not cleared to actually wrestle yet, so I am not going to be at that show. I will be staying the night. I was going to come back early, but I will be sticking the weekend in Los Angeles. I'm hoping that my boy Mad Dog can hold down the fort and keep everything clear. It looks like Bobby Midnight is doing good. He made an announcement on Facebook, which you can find at facebook.com/ETCW Texas. That's TX, ETCW TX, facebook.com/ETCW TX. So go check out the page. I will be posting a video up there. Trying to hype up the locker room and get them prepared for those invaders. I wish I could be there to help stop the invaders, but again, I am not cleared to actually wrestle due to, the invaders jumping me and then Frankie Fisher's attack on me. I'm not ring ready right now, but hopefully I will be back soon. So we'll wait and see about that. You guys may have noticed as well recently on all my social media, which you can find at Real Jackass BC, that's RealJackassBC, that I have really been pushing this new app, Stardust. Now, what Stardust is it is an app that you can download and you give I think it's 10 or 15 second reviews of movies or television shows. You can tag the shows, you can tag the movies that you're watching, you can tag the specific episode that you are watching. And then, it's all linked together so people can go through and watch everyone's review of that show. It's a really cool app, and I am proud to be partnering with Stardust. I will be one of their Stardust superstars going forward. So what you're going to want to do is go to your Android Google Play Store or your iOS Apple Store and search Stardust app and go ahead and download it there. And follow at Real Jackass BC. That's RealJackassBC. Definitely go and check that out. You're really going to enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. You can get up-to-date, immediate reviews of everything that I'm doing on Stardust, everything I see, all the shows and whatnot. Right last night, or just recently, I just did Supergirl and the newest episode of The Flash and Legends of Tomorrow. I'll be putting my Law and Order ones up there. Everything. I'm going to be reviewing absolutely everything that I can, including movies. I'm going to try and go see Geostorm tonight. So hopefully I'll have a review of Geostorm up there this evening. Definitely something I think you guys would love to see. Go check it out. Download the Stardust app and follow Real Jackass BC. That's RealJackassBC. Join Stardust today. You will not regret it. Guys, we're going to take our first commercial break, and when we come back, it's time to break down my top 10 television shows. All right, we'll be back.
Cinelinx presents Channel Control, where Matt, BC, and I, Rob, get together and talk about TV news and give you our take on what's going on in TV land. We'll also take you channel surfing, where we talk about what shows we watched that week and what we've liked about it. Find out what shows have been renewed or canceled, or just find out what TV series has been released on DVD, Blu-ray that week. Channel Control is a weekly YouTube show, so head on over, subscribe, check out our videos, give us a like, turn on your notifications so you know when our new shows are up, and you can also follow us at Channel Control on Twitter. And now, back to BC.
Thank you, Rob. That's right. You guys can words. I know them. You can catch Channel Control on youtube.com/Channel Control TV. Now, I was saying it wrong last week. I was just saying Channel Control, but it is youtube.com/Channel Control TV. Speaking of TV, guys, there are so many television shows out there. Y'all know how much I love TV. Y'all know how much I love movies. And I figured it was time to go ahead and count down my top 10 television shows, which were surprisingly much easier than doing my top 10 comedies, which is still not done yet, which you might end up getting next week because I'll be in Los Angeles and don't know what else I'm going to record. But anyway, So I decided to get together. There's only about 4 honorable mentions. We're going to throw in between 2 and 1. But until then, we're going to go ahead and break them down. A lot of you have gotten online and told me some of yours, so I'm going to shout out 1 or 2 of them as we go through here. But, television has been something, I grew up watching it. I grew up watching TV all the time. And it kind of has formed who I am. It gave me the love of movies. I think the first time I saw Star Wars was on television. So, TV was a big part of my life. And I watch a lot of television, which is why I do Channel Control with Rob. And what's good about Channel Control is that we all have different loves of TV. Like, there are different things that we all each like, so there's always different things that each of us have to talk about. So my top 10 list would probably be a lot different than what Rob and Matt's top 10 list would be. It's probably a lot different than you guys. But these are the top 10 shows that I love the most. I don't know how I want to do it. If I want to do honorable mention first, yeah, we're going to go ahead and do honorable mentions first. Because I don't know. I was going to throw them in toward the end, but we're going to go ahead and put them in now so you guys know that they are not on the list. Honorable mention number 1 is Arrow. I absolutely love Arrow. I didn't like it to begin with. It started out and I was mad about the show because it wasn't Jason Hartley who played the Green Arrow on Smallville. And I was like, well, I'm not watching this. This isn't the right Arrow. The real Arrow is on Smallville. And, I watched the pilot, and I was like, well, that was stupid, and there was way too much parkour in it. And then I watched episode 2, because, I have my rule, give it 3 episodes. I was like, all right, well, that wasn't terrible, but I don't like this show. And I watched episode 3, I'm like, I'm not going to watch anymore, because this is terrible, but that was kind of cool. Maybe I'll watch one more. And then I'll watch one more. And then I guess I'll watch one more. And then eventually it grew and became one of my all-time favorite shows. It took it a while to get running for me, but when it did, I realized how much I loved it. And, it is probably my favorite of the Arrowverse shows. And I spun off everything else, and I think Stephen Amell is incredible in it, and I even loved him as Casey Jones. It has had its lows. Don't get me wrong. It has definitely had lows. Season, I believe it was 3 or something, was one of the worst seasons of television I've ever seen in anything. But I still enjoy the show around it. There are no stakes to it. You never worry about whether or not Arrow's really going to die, or really if anyone's going to die, because everyone seems to come back on that show. He can go out fighting all night long and then go be the mayor during the day, never has to sleep, and never has any cuts on his face. So, it is what it is right there. But I do enjoy Arrow. I think Arrow is a great show. Next honorable mention is the George Lopez show. I used to stay up all night when Nick at Night would run George Lopez marathons. I love the mom and I love the daughter in the show. George Lopez is one of my all-time favorite comedians. It's just a fun show to watch in the vein of old TGIF type of shows. It's just a good sitcom. Speaking of TGIF, another one of my honorable mentions is a show that I'm actually rewatching right now on TGI Hulu. That's Step by Step. Al Lambert was my first crush ever. Still to this day, I think she is one of the most beautiful women on the planet. I love her to death. She's also insanely funny. So yeah, Christine Larkin, Al Lambert, Step by Step, definitely an honorable mention. All right, this last honorable mention was really hard for me to leave off the list, but you will find out as we get into our 9 and 10. You know, they were changing a lot. I was going back and forth on which ones I want on the list, which one's going to get honorable mention. This one ultimately got the honorable mention because there was I remember a couple weirder arcs in the middle of it that kind of bothered me. So I ended up, it got out of order. They kind of started just airing random episodes, and it kind of ended up hurting the series more than it helped. So that's why this one gets honorable mention rather than going right in there. And that is the X-Men, the animated series from the 1990s, an incredible show, still to this day the defining version of the X-Men. But unfortunately, again, toward the end of the series, they just started airing episodes out of order because they knew they were canceled. And a lot of the story arcs didn't make sense. After the Phoenix Saga, it got kind of convoluted. So that was definitely a disappointment to me, and that's why it only made honorable mention. So, all right, guys, let's jump into the actual top 10, and you'll find out why it was so hard for me to put that honorable mention, not put it on the list, because the number 10 is Spider-Man, the animated series from the 90s. This show was absolutely incredible, and I'm not going to lie to you guys. Up until right now, when I just started talking about it, when I was talking about X-Men as I was going through there, that's when I moved X-Men to honorable mention and put Spider-Man in at number 10. That was a dynamic, that was a organic switch in the middle of recording. That's how we got to that. Now look, again, because they got out of order, Spider-Man never really got out of order. It had some storylines that got a little weird, like when they started doing the Secret Wars and whatnot, got a little weird, but they brought in Captain America, and they brought in the Fantastic Four, they brought in some of the X-Men. Spider-Man visited the X-Men on numerous occasions. And then the Venom saga, the symbiote saga, was one of the greatest arcs in any comedy show or any cartoon or animated series of all time, man. You gotta admit, Spider-Man in the 90s was absolutely incredible. It is what gave me my love of Spider-Man. It was what made me the Spider-Man fan that I am today, was that show, Spider-Man of the 90s. I still love the theme song. Spider-Man, Spider-Man, radioactive Spider-Man. A great play on the 60s original version of that song. So much fun. It is definitive to me of why, like, one of the reasons I hated Spider-Man 3 was because of how well they did Venom in the animated series, and Venom was nowhere near like he should have been in Spider-Man 3. So that was definitely something that hindered my love for Spider-Man 3. The other Spider-Man films I love, just that third one really let me down. But, alright guys, moving on. Our number 9 in the top 10 television shows is Batman the Animated Series, another 90s cartoon. My oldest memory of this is seeing an episode of Batman the Animated Series on a IMAX screen at the Texas State Fair. Now, I still go to the fair, and I will go into the science place, and I'll still see the room, and I will always go back to remembering watching it. It was an episode with the Scarecrow, and Batman had to fight him on a blimp, and it to this day was still one of my all-time favorite episodes. Batman the Animated Series is iconic when it comes to animated superhero shows. It spawned Mask of the Phantasm, and I believe one other Batman animated series or animated movie that comes from that series there. It gave us one of the most definitive Batman of all time in Kevin Conroy. It ended up spinning off and becoming giving us the Superman animated series, the Batman and Superman Hour. Just great shows, an amazing Robin in there. It gave us Harley Quinn. We would not have Harley Quinn if it were not for Batman the Animated Series. Such an incredible and landmark show of my childhood. One that I will always, always love. All right, number 8. I'm not going to lie to you guys, it's another animated show, and one that I wish had never gotten canceled, and that is King of the Hill, damn it, Bobby. Hank Hill, so propane and propane accessories. I loved King of the Hill. I thought it was a genius show. I thought it was absolutely incredible. I have it on DVD. I have the entire series. I think I may be missing one, maybe two seasons, but for the most part, I love that theme song too. It was absolutely incredible. It was one that when me and Hayden used to go on road trips to Marshall, Texas for wrestling, we would listen to Hank Hill prank phone calls where someone took the Hank Hill voice app and would prank phone call different companies and whatnot. Love this show. Bobby Hill is an inspiration. Hank Hill is, I just want a house with an alley that I can stand in the back with Zach T and the Mad Zach and my buddy Teddy and just drink beer. Just stand there, drink beer, say, yep, yep. King of the Hill was incredible. Never should have been canceled in favor of the Cleveland show. While I liked the Cleveland show, I wish they would have canceled American Dad or Bob's Burgers or even Futurama, something along those lines. Don't cancel King of the Hill. Now, there are rumors that King of the Hill is coming back, but it's just early negotiation talk, so who knows if that will work out or not. But I, for one, would love to see King of the Hill return. All right, number 7 on the list is none other than another, and that's incredible. Our first 4 shows on the top 10 list are all animated. This one is another one that has been running for so damn long. It is one that is iconic, one that I never miss, and again, one that me and Hayden still talk about regularly every single week. And that is South Park. South Park is such an incredible show. It has gone on so long. And what they do now, the fact that every episode builds on every other episode, makes it so much more entertaining and so more incredible. And it's absolutely insane what they do. Because they put these shows together in a week. Like it is so up to date, seeing as they do it every single week. Like, it is a new episode every single week. It's not like they put them all together and then they just air them as the year goes on. No, they do it weekly. They put these shows together. Trey Parker and Matt Stone are absolute geniuses when it comes to how incredible and how smart they are putting these shows together. All right, guys, we're going to jump into our next commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to break down 6 through number 1 of my top 10 favorite television shows. We'll be right back.
Hey guys, Jason the X for SCNS Live. Make sure you check us out on youtube.com/SCNS Live. Every Thursday night, we got a live show for you guys. Please like the channel and subscribe to it for all your news, reviews, editorials, and more. We are powered by Cinelinks.com. And as always, keep on nerding.
Don't forget to check out SCNS Live tonight on youtube.com/SCNS Live. It is going to be a great show. All right, guys. Growing up, there was a lot of shows that I loved, a lot of shows that helped, form my youth, as it was. And there was one that has stuck with me over the years more than any other one. It was a TGIF show. It was one that literally probably I still love to this day, one that I will continue to watch. I even started to watch the sequel series that they did for it, which is not as good as the original show, but it was still fun to get back into the lives of these characters. They'd have short cameos here and there. Sorry, I had to just sip of water. Short cameos here and there that were always great and really enjoyed it. And that show is Boy Meets World. I grew up with Corey Matthews. Together we grew, we learned, we met the world, so to say. And of course there's the Feeny call, like Feeny, which you will hear me say every time I see Kenny. Kenny. The Kenny call. Gotta love the Kenny call. But I think one of my favorite, Eric became one of my favorite characters as the show got older. Early on, obviously, it was Corey. Topanga was another one of my crushes as a child, and still today, because Topanga is just, oh man, so hot. But Boy Meets World, one of those shows that just, it stands the test of time. It's incredible, and I'm so happy to see it up on TGI Hulu as well as all the other shows. Family Matters, Full House, Step by Step, Hang on Mr. Cooper, Perfect Strangers. Boy Meets World is going to be the third show I rewatch, though, because I have seen it the most out of everything. I have never rewatched Step by Step, which is why I'm redoing it right now. And I have not even seen Family Matters all the way through. I missed the last couple seasons there, so I'm going to rewatch Family Matters second. But then, right after that, Boy Meets World is where I'm going to go and rewatch. And I'll probably rewatch Girl Meets World right after I finish Boy Meets World. But that's neither here nor there, guys. Boy Meets World, another epic and incredible show. One that I will always, always enjoy. What do you guys think? Is Boy Meets World on your list? Who did put a list out there was my good buddy Trey Mack of the Offshoots Network. Make sure you are checking out the Offshoots and all the awesome shows that they have over there. So Trey commented on the post on Texas Independent Wrestling with his top 10 shows. He had Breaking Bad, Cheers, Star Trek, the original series. I prefer the original series over the Next Generation. I love Captain Kirk. I think and don't get me wrong, Captain Picard is good too, but Kirk is just something special. Smallville, one that I wanted to get on there, I just didn't get it onto the list. But definitely one that is up there and an incredible series. He put Seinfeld on there, another one that did not make my list, but deserves to be on there. Seinfeld is a great television show. Fall Guy, one that I'm not exactly sure of. Greatest American Hero, Primetime Wrestling, SNL, and Rodney. Now, Rodney only lasted 2 years. He said, I do not know what Rodney is, and I'm actually not sure what Primetime Wrestling is either. But SNL, I couldn't put that on my favorite television shows of all time because SNL is a show that I think has had more bad seasons than it has good. The longer it goes, the less good it is. And that's heartbreaking because those early years were some comedic level of geniuses. And then, you had your boy Chris Farley, who I think is probably one of the funniest people on the planet to me. I loved everything Chris Farley ever did. Matt Foley, I'm going to do for Halloween one year, because you're living in a van down by the river. I had to kind of tone it down there. Normally I get really loud with that, but anyway, guys, so that was Trey Max. We're going to go ahead and move into our number 5 pick of my top 10 television shows. And that's one that you guys are going to know the theme song to. And we're going to go ahead and sing along with it because I know that you know the words. This is the story all about how my life got turned upside down. Now I'd like to take a minute and just sit right there. I'll tell you how I became a prince of a town called Bel Air. Come on, guys. I know y'all know the words. Everybody knows the words of Fresh Prince. We've been singing it for years, guys. Come on. You know it. In West Philadelphia, born and raised, on the playground is where I spend most of my days. Chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool, and I was shooting some b-ball outside of school. When a couple of guys who was up to no good started making trouble in my neighborhood. They got in one little fight, my mom got scared. She said, you're moving with your auntie and uncle in Bel Air. I whistled for a cab, and when it came near, the license plate was fresh, there was some dice in the mirror. If anything, I can say the discount was rare, but I found out forgetting, yo, home to Bel Air. I pulled up to a house about 7 or 8, and I yelled to the cabbie, yo home, spell you later. Looked at my kingdom, I was finally there to sit on my throne as the Prince of Bel Air. Every single day after school, after football practice, I would get home and I would watch The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. It has led me to become one of the biggest Will Smith fans out there. I don't care if it's even one of his terrible movies, like After Earth. That was the biggest piece of garbage I'd ever seen, but I still went and see it in support of Will Smith. His son does not make me dislike him anymore because he will always be Will Smith, the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. The Carlton Dance. I absolutely love the Carlton Dance. I learned more from Uncle Phil than almost anybody on the planet. And I am one of the people that liked Mom Number 2. I was not a fan of Mom Number 1. I didn't realize that I didn't like her until we met Mom Number 2, who I thought was much better in the role. And of course, who didn't love Hillary Banks? She was hilarious. She was so naive and so superficial, and it was incredible. And then Little Miss Ashley, who grew to be, again, one of my crushes when I was younger. I still to this day love Tatiana Ali. You cannot put anything past God. She was so gorgeous. And Jeffrey, the greatest butler ever. Jeffrey, gotta love old G. Fresh Prince, you can't get past it. It's an iconic show. It's incredible. And that theme song. I know every single one of y'all listening were singing along with me because it's the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. You can't not sing the theme song. Have you ever heard the full version of it? It's pretty incredible. The actual long version of that show. It's got so much more to it. He gets on a plane. There's first class. There's orange juice. There's a whole bunch of different stuff. It's funny. It's funny to hear the full version of that song. But I digress. That was number 5. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. All right, number 4 is definitely a more recent show, but still a show that is now off the air. One that I got into kind of late. I think it was maybe the 4th season that I started watching, and I fell in love with it. It gave me a love for Los Angeles. It gave me a love for Hollywood. It gave me more of a love for back home in New York, because these were some New Yorkers that were living out in L.A., so it was really fun to see that, and it's just, to this day, a show that I own the entire series. Like, no, I'm not missing any seasons. I have the entire series on DVD and on Blu-ray, and that is Entourage. The tales of Vinny Chase, the only Aquaman that I've ever wanted to see. Sorry, Jason Momoa. It's all about Vinny Chase and Medellin. Vinny Chase and the boys. Ari Gold, my role model. I wish one day to be just like Ari. Turtle drama. When I used to coach basketball, we would, every time we would win, we'd have the chant of, we would all put our hands together and victory, just like Johnny Drama. And then of course E was always incredible to watch. And oh God, what was Billy Walsh. Billy Walsh was one of the greatest characters ever made. We're going to drop the F-bomb here, so all the little kids, hey, you hold your earmuffs. Mom, Dad, let them know. Fuck suits. Loved it. I used to even have the t-shirt that said F suits on it. And still to this day, any kind of type of management, I will call suits, because that's what they are. They're the suits. And fuck suits. Entourage was iconic through all its different cameos and things like that. Now we have Ballers, which is like the sports version of Entourage, which I love almost as equally. Ballers is, will it stand the test of time? I don't know. More than likely, yes, because it has The Rock in it. So that's definitely something that is up in the air for debate. But I couldn't wait for Sunday nights just to watch the new episode of Entourage once I had binged all the way through and caught up. So, Entourage, another great television show. Number 3, ladies and gentlemen. Now, this one is one that I don't understand how anyone could not have on their list, because this is a show that is just, it has taken the world by storm. It is one that every single Monday the day after it is talked about at the water cooler, on social media, everywhere. You have to, if you have not seen the latest episode, you better turn off all social media because you cannot be spoiled with this show. It's most important to survive it. Based on the book A Song of Ice and Fire, none other than Game of Thrones. This is like, it's an event. This is truly what event television is watching this show. It is incredible to see what it has become. We can't wait to get to wherever we're going to be on Monday morning just to talk about what happened last night on the most recent episode of Game of Thrones. My people are still all in there. I have not lost any of my favorite characters, and those characters are obviously Tyrion Lannister. Tyrion Lannister, played by Peter Dinklage, is one of the best television characters ever written onto any television show. And then, of course, the Arya Stark and the Hound. I love their dynamic early on when they were together. I would love to see them get a reunion of sorts and get back together, because Arya is another one of my all-time favorites. She kind of tapered off a little bit toward the end now. Recently, I haven't liked her as much because she got not as, like, she's still a badass, but she's too serious about being a badass. I liked when she was young and badass, rather than, yeah, I'm a badass now and I'm bored with the fact that I'm a badass. And then, of course, the one who I pick to sit on the Iron Throne when it all is all said and done. No, not that crybaby Jon Snow. It is Daenerys of the House Targaryen, the first of her name, the unburnt Queen of Andals, the Rhoynar of First Men, Queen of Meereen, Khaleesi of the Great Grass Sea, Protector of the Realm, Lady Regnant of the Seven Kingdoms, Breaker of Chains, and the Mother of Dragons. Dany Khaleesi. Dany, my girl, how you doing, baby girl? This is the reason. She is the reason that I started watching Game of Thrones, because I saw Terminator Genesis, where Emilia Clarke was in, and I fell in love with her, and I leaned over my buddy, I go, who is this girl? What else is she in? My buddy's like, well, she's naked in Game of Thrones. And so I looked her up, and she was like, yeah, my final nude scene was the season finale of season 3. And so at that point, I was like, well, I'm going to go ahead and watch the first 3 seasons of Game of Thrones. Luckily, she did do another nude scene in one of the later seasons there. So, mad respect to Emilia Clarke, who I love and who's on my list of girls that I can cheat on. Even though I don't have a girlfriend to have a list, but still, same thing, not important. Game of Thrones, my number 3 show on the top 10 television shows. All right, guys, down to 2 shows left. What are they going to be? Number 2. La Family Guy. That's right. Family Guy is an incredible show. It is one of my favorites. Literally, people hate watching Family Guy with me, or even being around me when I had my headphones in watching Family Guy, because I literally laugh the entire episode. By the time I stop laughing from one joke, the next joke is hitting, and they all hit me so perfectly, from the cutaways to everything Brian and Stewie do to Peter being Peter. It's just absolutely, it's one of the greatest shows ever made. It's such a perfect show, and I love what Seth MacFarlane has done with it. I love that Seth MacFarlane even brings his Family Guy humor into the Orville as well, which is really the Orville is an incredible show. But Family Guy will forever be one of my all-time favorites. It has another one that I have most of the seasons on DVD. I watch it at night as I fall to sleep. I watch every new episode. Every time it's on, I will sit down and watch it. If I'm just walking by and somebody happens to have it on somewhere, I'm going to stop and watch it, just because no matter how many times I watch, I still laugh at all the jokes from beginning to end. It's an incredible, incredible show. Such an awesome show. All right, guys. Number 1, here it is. What is it? What is my top show of all time? What do you guys think it is? Do you have any ideas? Do you have any guesses? Well, you're going to know after this. Are you ready for it? I don't know if you are, but here we go. This might surprise a few of you, but some of you who know me, it's probably not going to surprise you as much, but it definitely is one of my all-time favorites.
No one told you life was gonna be this way. Your job's a joke, you broke, your love life's the old way. It's like you're always stuck in second gear. But when it hasn't been your day, or week, your month, or even your year. But I'll be there for you. When the rain starts to pour, I'll be there for you. Like I've been there before. I'll be there for you. 'Cause I'm there for you.
Got to love Friends. Joey is my hero. How you doing? It is my number 1 pickup line to any and everybody. How you doing? How you doing? We were on a break, Friends. I know it might throw you off a little bit. I know I can get kind of hood, but yes, Friends is my all-time favorite show. I binged Friends before binging was a thing. It's another one that I have the entire series on DVD. It sits right there in my living room, and I will still watch to this day. Even when they added it to Netflix, I will watch it on Netflix. Friends is absolutely incredible. So many great jokes, so many. I will make references to Friends all the time, some of which people don't even get because they're so obscure. Just by watching the title sequence, I can tell you what season we are in. Just by seeing the title sequence, I know the seasons. Friends is one of those shows that is just absolutely incredible and so well made, and it's all thanks to the chemistry of the cast. They are all so perfect. Chandler, another one of my heroes. A couple years ago, they had this meme come out that it was like, use 3 fictional characters to describe yourself, and Chandler was definitely one of the ones I was going to put on there because I really did always relate very well to Chandler. It oddly enough was kind of an amalgamation of Chandler and Joey that I related to, which is weird because they're almost kind of polar opposites, but that's just how it was. But yeah, those are my top 10 favorite shows of all time, guys. What are some of yours? Do you agree with my list? Do you think some should have been changed? Were you screaming at your headphones going, no, that's crazy. Why would you put that on the list? Or yes, I totally agree. Let me know. Use the hashtag IiWiIJA to join the conversation on Twitter at RealJackassBC. That's RealJackassBC on all of social media. All right, we're going to take another quick commercial break, and when we come back, it's time for some box office predictions.
Hi, my name is Dr. Jordan Hart, and I am the owner and sole doctor at Athletic Edge Chiropractic. And at Athletic Edge, we offer a variety of services to help you basically be the best that you can be. So we are a chiropractic office. We offer full chiropractic services, including extremity work, as well as a variety of soft tissue techniques and deep tissue laser therapy. So, if you're in need of some body work, give me a call, 214-883-9550. My email is drhartdfw@gmail.com.
Hey Jackass Nation fans, this is Trey from The Offshoots. If you can, please go subscribe to the Offshoots Network, where you'll be able to pick up shows like the one you are currently listening to. Plus, you'll get the Offshoots, the Nigel Rabbit Show, Bootleg Radio, the Lucha Lounge with Steve DeMarco, Talking Smack with Christopher Hayden, and so much more coming down the pike. As we grow, we want you to grow with us. Please go subscribe.
All right, it's box office prediction time, and I'm not going to lie to you guys. I did pretty good this week. Yes, sir. So, let me know what y'all did, because I doubt you did as good as I did. But, My numbers were definitely way off. It was a bigger box office than I thought it would be. However, I did get the order right down perfect. Coming in at number 1 was Happy Death Day, which I thought would take the number 1 spot. I was thinking around 12.5 million. It actually pulled in 26 million. So mad respect to Happy Death Day, pulling in there, making some money. All right, not too bad. Blade Runner 2049 came in at the number 2 spot. I was thinking around 12 million. It had a 52.7% drop off to bring in 15 million, bringing its total to 60 million thus far on a $150 million budget. That's not looking good for it. Number 3, I had The Foreigner pulling in about 5 million. It actually pulled in 13 million on a $35 million budget opening weekend. So mad respect to Jackie Chan for pulling that in. That is a great opening weekend for this film. I'm really excited for it. I'm going to see it. I'm going to do my best to get to it. Coming in at the number 4 spot, as I predicted, was It, where I thought it would get about 4.8 million. It pulled in 6 million with a 39% drop from last week, pulling its total to $314 million. And at the number 5 spot, like I predicted, The Mountain Between Us. I said 4 million. It pulled in about 5 million. 45% drop there. Bringing its total to 20 million on its $35 million budget. So I did pretty good there on the box office. I don't know about you guys, but I'm really happy. The numbers are not really that important. I didn't get the numbers right, but I did get the order right, and that's what I'm always going for. So really excited that I did that. Now this weekend we got some new films coming out, including Geostorm, which will be hitting 30,000 or 3,000 plus theaters. Only the Brave hits theaters this weekend. The Snowman, a Madea Halloween 2, and Some Kind of Different as Me. That's one that I don't really know much about, other than, it's got Jimon Hansu, John Voight, and Renee Zellweger in it. But again, not something that I know much about, so I don't think it's going to really hit into those top ones. It's very difficult to predict this because Madea does pretty damn good. So, all right, I'm gonna have to think about this. Hold on, give me a second. Okay, all right. All right, this was tough. It really is tough, but we're gonna go ahead and put Boo 2, a Madea Halloween or Halloween Madea, whatever it is, coming in the number 1 spot. I don't think it's going to do as good as other ones, but I'm going to say it's going to get about 18 to 20 million. That's where I'm going to put it, coming in at number 1. That would be my guess. We're going to have Geostorm coming in at number 2 at about 13 million-ish, maybe 13.5-ish. Only the Brave at number 3 with about 10 million. Snowman at number 4 at 8 million. And Happy Death Day sticking in there at number 7 or number 5 with about 7 million, 7.5. Really close. I think Snowman and Happy Death Day are going to be right on par with each other. But all right, guys, I got one question that we're going to look at this weekend or on this show from listeners out there. And that question comes in from your boy, Phil Woodyard. Good old Phil Woodyard, who you'll be able to see at commentary on UGF on November 3rd when we present WWE 2 King of the Ring. That's right, 2K King of the Ring. It's going to be incredible. That's a good thing. It should be 2K King. 2K King of the Ring. That was right. But Phil Woodyard asked, will Green Lantern be in the Justice League of America movie? And which incarnation will it be? Well, Phil, it's a little bit of a trick question for you. Or I got a little bit of a trick answer for you. Because I do believe there will be a Green Lantern in the film. However, I do not believe that it will be Jon Stewart, Kyle Rayner, who else was there? Guy Gardner, or oh man, what was Ryan Reynolds' character? John. Oh man, why can't I think of his damn name? God, slip of the tongue right there, because I know I watched the movie. As bad as that damn movie is, Hal Jordan, that's what it is. Okay, Hal Jordan. I don't think it's going to be any of them. I think it's going to be a Green Lantern, but not one that we know. Just a lantern that is going to show up and help take Steppenwolf to jail. That's going to be my thought of it. Maybe it's Abin Sur. Maybe it's Abin Sur who shows up and takes away the villain at the end of the film. I don't think he helps. I think he just shows up to kind of police and take away the bad guy and say, look, the lanterns are here. We will help protect you. Or maybe Abin Sur is fighting Steppenwolf early on, and that's how he ends up dying. And that leads to the line of Steppenwolf going, you have no lanterns here. And then maybe the Corps show up at the end to take away Steppenwolf. Something like that. That's going to be my thought of how that is going to go down. I don't think we're going to see a Hal Jordan or a Guy Gardner or an Alan Scott or a John Stewart or anything of the likes. That's just me. That's just my ideas. But who knows? It could be different. We'll wait and see. All right, guys. We got a lot coming up down the pipeline. Tomorrow, we are dropping Go Home for WWE TLC, the Raw exclusive pay-per-view. I know Jason and Rob will both be on that show with me. That might be it. I'm not exactly positive if anyone else can show up. I'm pretty sure they're both going to be on there. Now that I come to think of it, I know we got a lot to do. Hopefully that we'll be able to record it tonight, but we'll see. They should be there. If not, it will be just me, guys. Other than that, don't forget UGF is on November 3rd. MPX this weekend, this Saturday night. You do not want to miss out. Maybe I'll be there. Who knows? Frankie is going crazy, and, something's got to be done. I can tell you that right now. Something's got to be done. So, do not forget, next weekend I'm going to LA Comic Con. So, what are you excited about for Stan Lee's LA Comic Con? Let me know. Get at me on Twitter and Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram, at RealJackSBC, RealJackAssBC. Join the conversation using the hashtag IiWiIJA. Also, I would like to shout out Cinelinks.com, which this show is powered by. You can check out all your news, reviews, editorials, and more just by keeping it on Cinelinks. You know, guys, I love being able to sit here and talk to you guys, whether it's on It Is What It Is, or Jackass Reviews, or Go Home, or even Jackass 1, a Star Wars podcast. I love having conversations with you guys right here on the Podbean channel, on all my different podcasts, on the Jackass Nation. And being able to do that has been quite difficult, but I got to thank a lot of you guys for making it a little bit easier on me. And you know how you do that? You do that by working with Amazon, because Amazon has come to me. They've come to the Jackass Nation, and they said, hey, we want to help you out. We want to make sure to keep everything on your Podbean channel completely free of charge so that the Jackass Nation can check out all your different shows and not have to pay a single dime to hear your opinions on whatever it is you want to talk about. All you got to do is use this link. And so what this link is that you can find in all the description of every podcast I have, as well as on my Twitter, normally pinned to the top of the profile. Sometimes there's something else there, but I always tweet. I like to tweet it out on Tuesdays around the time I wake up, but it has the link that you click on and it takes you to Amazon. Now what this link does is it just takes you to Amazon. It doesn't take you to like my specific Amazon, it doesn't take you anything else. It just takes you to Amazon. Instead of typing in www.amazon.com, all you do is click this link, maybe even go and bookmark. Once you click the link, then hit that bookmark, and then every time you go to Amazon, use that link, and whenever you buy something, Amazon says, hey, this guy bought it from the Jackass Nation link, therefore, he is a listener of the Jackass Nation. So, let's give a little bit of money back to the podcast channel so that they can continue to provide all of the content free of charge. That's right. Amazon throws back to me just because you clicked on a link and bought from there. It doesn't make anything more expensive. It's still the exact same price as it would be. There's no upcharges or surcharges or hidden fees. It's just Amazon, and they're just saying, this guy's a listener of the Jackass Nation, and they like to use Amazon, so let's give back to the Jackass Nation. Let's make sure everyone continues to get all this content absolutely free of charge. So once again, make sure to click that link in the description of this video or on my Twitter. As well, guys, don't forget to check out What the Force podcast every Friday night on the Dweeb Factory, live from Nirvana Spirits. Go out there, check them out live, go catch the show. I will actually be there this week, so get hyped and get ready for that. Gifted Talkers premieres every single Tuesday. We recap the episodes of The Gifted. We talk about it, me and Quad C, Mr. Matt. Channel Control every single Monday. SCNS Live tonight. UGF is going down, I already told you about. Don't forget to check out my buddy Johnny LaQuasto's album, which you can find a link to in the description of this video. The dude is legit hilarious. Shout out to the Mad Zach for all my images and everything he does to help this show keep running. Don't forget, guys, Stan Lee's LA Comic Con. What are we doing next week? I have absolutely no idea, but I will be doing something, so get prepared for that. Alright, guys, I'm going to get up out of here. Y'all hear that go-home music. Y'all know how to get at me at Real Jackass BC on Stardust, Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, everywhere. RealJackassBC. Hashtag IiWiIJA. And remember, it is what it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to It Is What It Is with the Jackass. Follow BC on Twitter at RealJackassBC. Subscribe on Podbean.com to Jackass Nation. And subscribe to the Offshoots Network on iTunes. Views and opinions expressed by BC do not necessarily reflect those of the Offshoots or Podbean. We'll see you next time on It Is What It Is.